Good evening, ma'am.
Very good evening. Anjali, Revu, it's been a long time that I met Revu. Where were you, Revu? It's been a long time that I didn't see you at all. What happened? Huh? You look tired. You don't look that beautiful as before. What happened?
Some problem.
Some problems are there. What's the problem, man? Tell me.
I don't know, ma'am.
You don't know. Is it the problems with some kind of,
No, ma'am.
naughty things?
My mom is compelling to go to hospital.
Sorry?
My mom is compelling to go hospital.
Go hospital. What happened to you?
Doctor is telling something, but I'm not here.
Huh? And you should go to the hospital, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you should go to hospital tomorrow itself. Promise me that you will do it tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Silly, silly things. Don't keep it. Okay? Leave it away. Give it to the trash. If there is
Okay.
as trash it. Take some medicine. Go visit a doctor. That's it. If there is anything that hurting you mentally, psychologically, that you trash that as well. Simple. Okay. You know one thing, when I was in ninth standard, that was a terrible time in my life. Yeah, there was a movie, Urvashi acted in that one. And in that one, the hairstyle of Urvashi was like this. She just cut the hair here. Okay, here. So it was just curly on in the front, like this. So my mother was particularly very much against cutting hair like that. I don't know why. They're very forward, but only cutting hair at the front side is something terrible to them. So for my childhood or teenage curiosity, I have done that without asking the permission to anyone. And what happened was, she started calling all of her relatives. They all came home. Imagine that I was at your age. And they started talking against me. How could you cut your hair?
And me also like that.
Now look at my hair now, what I'm doing now. Simple, that's it. And you should imagine my feelings that time. It was long years back. And they were questioning me, how could you do such things? And this is not permitted in our home. You belongs to certain category of girls, bad. And I slept that night. During the night, when I woke up, I could overhear the conversation of all these ladies, 4 ladies, I still remember. They were talking each other. My mom was asking another one, if she's doing this at this age, what she will do when she grows up? Should I shave her hair? That was the conversation. I thought, okay, these ladies are going to shave their head. And that year was entirely a disaster. Ninth standard, I still cannot forget. From there onwards, there's some kind of bad thoughts emerged in my mind. I was thinking like, okay, I've started feeling very guilty for these kind of responses coming to me. I was addressing myself as a bad girl, but I was wrong actually. The time proved that I was wrong. I mean, I'm right actually. What my thought was wrong, they were wrong. So, certain things we can consider in that way if something happening with you is not really important. Okay, if they are the silly things like this, just leave it. Okay, time will prove that you are right. Okay, wait for the time. And thank God you're now living in a very good time that people are very much forward, thinking broad. Cool. Let's start our session. So, hey, Abin Thompson, you're here. You are listening to all this female talks and now you showed face. Okay. All right, all right. Yes, he left. Nice. So let's Sanya has joined. We will continue with certain intonation. Even I am also fed up of teaching you the sounds and all. So diphthongs and other sounds you do as homework from home. You can submit your notes on time, homeworks on time. Now we will continue with what? Intonation. Ready? So Revo, please join next week onwards regularly. I love to see you. At least give me some peace of mind by seeing your face, okay?
Okay,
Huh?
madam.
Yeah. This is a homework, please notice. Revu will not be having any idea about it because you weren't coming to the class at all. All right. If there is any doubt, call me. If you don't want to clear the doubt, no issues.
Ma'am, is this adding something?
Yeah,
Adding.
it is not a mathematics, of course. I think some of your peer can help you. Anjali, please call Revu one day and explain her what is a consonant, show her what is a consonant and
Yes,
what
ma'am.
we are doing with the diphthongs. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
we'll be able to do that. Thank you, Revu. I hope it's done. Huh? Okay, Atulya is still writing. Alna, you finished? Yes, okay. Geraldine is still writing. Geraldine, where is your sister today? Is she at home?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, where is she studying?
Nirmala College, Melur.
Melur, okay. Melur Nirmala College. Okay, that is in Chalakudi area?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Near.
I know. Dali Sanjeev, their chairman and wife is Dali. Actually, I was supposed to conduct our course there. They wanted the entire students to practice. And later, when they calculated the money that they should come give to our company, they directly contacted Cambridge. They started it. The biggest tape teams. Okay. All right. So, yeah. This is what we are going to learn today. Don't think about the grade 4 reading. This is just a base that I'm going to give. The first rule I would like to tell you is never leave pronunciation at the three sounds k, p, t. Whenever you see any word, for example, on Tuesday, it's here. Teacher, colored, sticky, tape, competition, called, piece of string, etc. I hope it's clear, right? Yeah. Then comes the important part. Why do we use intonation? For example, whenever you are sitting in the classroom, the teacher is talking to you from the morning to evening, one teacher is teaching you at least for 45 minutes, right? Minimum 40 minutes. Are you able to remember the entire communication teacher has done, word by word?
No.
No. We always take what is important from that particular conversations, right? Why? We don't want unimportant things. But when we focus on certain words, we have to give certain efforts to catch the important thing, isn't it? For example, if somebody is talking to you in a very plain voice without any emphasis on important words that to be conveyed, we will have to take a lot of effort to get the important points. To avoid that, to avoid the efforts of the listener, the speaker must be very trained and very dedicated to give the speech or give the narration in a way emphasis important points. I hope it's clear. How to find out the important points is really interesting. By asking, I don't say all these explanations to all the classes. If you just look at the 7th and 5th, I don't say these explanations. I'm telling you because this is important at your age. This will really help you in writing exams, answering questions, etc. Listen carefully. How to identify important points? It is by finding the answers of WH questions in every statement. By finding the WH questions in every statement. Okay, I'll explain you clearly. Mrs. Doran is our teacher. Who is our teacher? WH. Mrs. Doran is what? What is Mrs. Doran? This is a very simple thing. When you are learning complicated passages, this will really help you. Everyone likes her. Who? Who likes her? On Tuesday, Mrs. Doran held up a big bottle with lots of colored string inside it. On Tuesday, when? Again, WH. Held up what? Got it? So, if there is something important, this is how we can find out. And we call that adverbs. Adverbs. Adverbs of time, manner, place, a lot of types of adverbs are there, right? So, we can address them in two ways. One, by looking at the WH questions in the statement, or by looking at the adverbs in the statement. These are the important points. So now we learn the trick to identify important points. This will help you when you are joining any kind of technical courses like BTech, anything. If you're joining any kind of management courses, if you're joining MBBS, you all need to prove your listening, speaking, reading and writing skills, LSRW, listening, speaking, reading and writing skills. In all these, the questions would be framed in this way that you need to identify the important points in that one. I think Abin is not well today. Are you feeling any kind of headache, Abin? No? You look a bit disturbed.
No, ma'am.
Okay, then cool. So do it in this way, and also to remember a big passage or big answer for your exam, if you're thinking in this way, will be easy. Cool. So you found out how to identify important points and advantages of that. Now what you should do, you got the important points, you have to apply PPS, pause, pitch and stress or stretch. What is that? On Tuesday, Mrs. Doran held up a big bottle. A big bottle. On Tuesday, Mrs. Doran held up a big bottle. You can observe that at that big bottle, I raised my sound. To raise my sound at any point, I would certainly stop, or I would give a pause just before that. That's a physical thing that we can apply. I mean, that's how we can raise our sound. Okay, so just before the important point, you have to pause for a fraction of a second to, as you wish, up to you. Then pitch that particular word, which means you increase your sound when you're pronouncing it. If possible, you can stretch it. For example, with loads of colored string inside it. Loads. If you read this word L-O-T-S, lots. But when I said lots, it is stretched. So by giving stretching, we can make it a little exaggerated to catch the attention. Certainly when I'm making a noise, which is something unnatural, you will certainly give your attention, right? Simple. So practice reading in this way from today onwards. Clear? Clear? Shall we try it now? Everybody is sitting without an expression that you're listening to me or you would like to hear me. Oh my God. Undo. Gone? All right. Oh. Are you seriously feeling okay today, everyone? I don't feel any energy at anyone. Ebony is looking so sad today. Revu is saying that she has some problems. Jalen is kind of okay. Sanya is confused what she's saying. Like Sanya is thinking, what this teacher is talking, isn't it? And Anjali, as always, quiet, waiting for everything to listen. Alna, in some other world, as always, isn't it? She's enjoying night, I guess. Okay, so this one. I would read this in three different ways. Mr. Doran is our teacher. Everyone likes her. On Tuesday, Mrs. Doran held up a big bottle with lots of colored string inside it. It had a lid sealed with sticky tape. We are going to have a competition called Guess the Length of the Piece of a String. Could you catch any word? Maybe Mrs. Doran would be something that you heard properly, right? But the content is still missing. But if I read it in another way with some poses and pictures, Mrs. Doran is our teacher. Everyone likes her. On Tuesday, Mrs. Doran held up a big bottle with lots of colored string inside it. It had a lid sealed with sticky tape. We are going to have a competition called Guess the Length of the Piece of String. What all words could you catch from my reading, Anjali?
Ma'am, I don't understand the question.
See, when I read the second time, you heard it right?
Yes,
How many words could you catch easily?
4-5 words.
Could you repeat it?
Doran, teacher, everyone, Tuesday,
Is that all?
yes.
Yeah. Now, Abin, could you?
Ma'am. Mrs. Dorn, teacher, everyone, Tuesday, bottle, string, lid, sticky tape, competition. That's
Thanks. Thanks. I know what you have done to not to make me unhappy or sad. You're just trying to give me some words, isn't it?
No, man.
Is it honestly that you remember, or you could you could catch these words?
I could catch this one.
You could catch. Okay, great. So if that is a honest response, I'm honored. Okay, because these are the important points in that passage. But till the point I read, these were the important passage. If I say it again, you will get more information about it. Like there is a competition to be held, how Mrs. Doran came to the classroom, and which day was that? How Mrs. Doran came, which day was that? That was on a Tuesday. Who's Mrs. Doran? She's a teacher. And what is her special thing? What is special about her? Everyone likes her. Competition, and she's saying that there is a competition to be held. So like this, to give the listener catch important points of our speech or the content we deliver, we can use intonation. But it is important that the listeners should also feel to listen with a little more patience. All right. So that's it. I want everyone to try at least one sentence today, any sentence that you would like to apply this rule of tone intonation. I'll give you now 2 minutes. Please prepare now any sentence you can take. Try it now. I hope it's done. Who can start it now? Jerlyn, could you try? Or Sania? Yeah, I think you are a bit confident today to start. Sania, yes. Any sentence is okay for me.
Mrs. Doran is our teacher. Everyone likes her. On Tuesday, Mrs. Doran held up a big bottle with lots of colored string inside it.
Hold on. Initially, I told you to have an eye on the C-O. All this comes to K category, isn't it? Plosive. Give a little more concentration there. All right. Yeah.
Mrs. Doran is our teacher. Everyone likes her.
Teacher. Little more. Make it
Is our teacher.
good.
Everyone likes her. On Tuesday, Mrs. Doran held up a big bottle with lots of colored string inside.
Colored.
With lots of colored string inside it. It had a lid seal with sticky tape. We are going to have a competition called Guess the Length of the Piece of String.
Piece of string. Your tone is moving here. Good. Plosy sounds must be taken care of, Sania. That's good. Thank you. So I wish to call Jerlyn. You there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Try.
Mrs.
A.
Doran is a teacher. Everyone likes her. On Tuesday, Mrs. Doran held up a big bottle with lots of colored pink inside it. It had a lid filled with sticky tape. We are going to have a competition sound. Guess the length of plate of print. It's 10 cents a day, she said.
All right, that's good. There were some disturbances in your sound, though that was good. Thank you, Jolene. I couldn't catch the plosive sounds. I'll catch it next time when you have proper network connection. Okay, so I would call the boy in our group. Abin, you can read now.
Ma'am, any sentence?
Yeah, anywhere. You can start from anywhere.
It's 10 cents a guess, she said.
Mhm.
Then she asked us who would like to take the jar home on the weekend. And then Mrs. Doran picked me. I put the jar on the kitchen kitchen bench. I looked at it and thought, I wonder how long the string is. There was such a lot of sticky tape wound around the top. In the
Okay.
kitchen drawer,
Thank you. Anjali, could you find or could you spot if there is any mistake when Adin read? His tone is okay. I appreciate it. Was anything? Anjali, I'm asking you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you're not today in the class.
Ma'am, I'm looking. It's
Okay,
little
okay.
for
Then
me.
please.
It's, ma'am, it's very small for me. That's why I'm looking.
Oh, you're a tall Nina. Is it clear now?
Yes,
Huh?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
When you heard whatever you felt, that's it. You just tell me that.
Nothing.
Nothing? I would say flossy sounds as usual. You need to give more effort to improve that. Tone is perfect. This could be done easily. In your class, I think this could be done easily. So I wish that everybody should give more focus on the three flossy sounds we have to care about. K sound, H sound, and T sound. This wouldn't happen easily. With the constant practice, more efforts, having a lot of consciousness while you read. That's why I'm telling you to give a pause. Okay, if you're applying certain kind of pause also at this plosive sounds words, easy. All right. So I would see you next week with little more intonation lessons. And I wish that you would complete the homework within 3 days' time and submit the work by WhatsApp to me. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
See, Abin
Thank you,
is
ma'am.
really
Thank you, ma'am.
upset today for some reason. I can see from his gestures. See, he's not showing his face, covering his face all the time here. He's moving the pen like this. Oh, it's done like that. All right, all right. I hope everybody will be happy next week and see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.